Back in 2007, I don't remember the month. What month was that? June. Yeah. So I came here in June after my car accident. I was in a car accident June 25th. And then we came here and I went through therapy here, I think, and I stayed, I think, till November. I was walking and it was an intersection and I was hit by a car. I suffered a traumatic brain injury. So I don't know if I had already passed out at that point, but I was in a coma for a month.
When she came here, she was barely awake, really. That's how we have chosen this institute, because we look at other rehabilitation center in Orlando, near our place. But when we were told about this one, we drove here, and I came here and looked at the facility before we even transferred her here. When it was explained to me, I know in my heart that this is the facility that is good for her. She was 20 years old at that time, and I need her to wake up from coma. I do not need the rehabilitation that provides hip replacement. Most of our rehab in there are for, hip replacement and things like that. I need her to wake up. In fact, we have to fight with, really fight hard with the insurance to get her here. And so here, when we got her here, the second day we got her, they start doing the coma stimulation, where they had to really sit her up and wake her up. And we were amazed by, I think, second or third day, she was really waking up. They were able to sit her up, and she was able to open her eyes and look around and recognized us. We were here all the time, so we know her schedule. We would accompany her there, and she would go through her therapy.
Physical therapy, speech therapy, occupational therapy.
After she has recognized her, she started to count, because she has to start it all over again from counting. She has a trach, so she could not speak. And so, from counting from the fingers that we put in front of her, and she mouthed it out to us, those are things we know things are starting connecting. But she was unable to walk, talk. She has a G-tube, that's how she's being fed. Mm-hmm. And she really barely, just starting from zero. And it has been built from that day one, and we have seen the progress. And I think it is very natural for a patient like her, where she woke up in a new environment. She doesn't know this place, and every day they would ask her, "Where are you, Glory?" And she has to memorize this Florida Institute of Neurological Rehabilitation every day. It's an exercise of that. But she came to remember. And after a month or so, she was wanting to go home. And, my natural response was, okay, she wanted to go home, she must be ready. And so we told them, we're going home. And the staff were wise enough to come to us and explain to us, because of the progress that they have seen her do every day. If we have left on our own, decision to go at that point, the progress that she was doing would be kind of slowed down at that point. And we said, well, I am a nurse, I can do this at home. What you're doing here, I can continue, I thought, I can do it. That was my reasoning. But, they gathered their staff together speech, the occupational therapist, the speech therapist, the administration, they had us in a meeting and they sat us down and they made us realize the importance of a continuous rehabilitation. As long as you see the patient progressing, you should not hinder that progress, because the moment you do, that's when they started to slow down. They have given us like 2 to 3 days to take her home, just so she can be acclimated. There is the, yeah, this is our home, you know. But then we have to take you back. Oh, she hated to come back, but we had to. We know what is best for her. So we took her back, and then she completed the program. And the staff are wonderful. They have every day encouraged her. But she has also, because of the prayers that has been prayed for this girl, and I believe the prayers and the work of the staff coupled together, we have seen her progress. And the staff are also being encouraged every day, because they said, if our patients were just, you know, gonna do these things, like when you tell her to do, give me a 10 of this pedal, she would say, can I do it 20? You know, and she would just keep on. She would keep on. There is that determination in her. And I think the fact as well, the administration have allowed us family to be around, has helped also the patient. That enable us to be there, to give her support, to be her cheerleader, and says, come on, Gloria, you can do this. See the progress. Yesterday you were only able to do this. Now this time you've been doing this today. You know what a progress it is. So every day, you know, it's a teamwork, you know, between the therapist, the family, the administration, working together. And plus this surrounding that you have here. This is a therapeutic surrounding. The location itself, I have always considered it as an oasis for us to be able also to rehabilitate as a family. At that time when we were here, you know, coming here, my husband has to drive 2 hours every day just to see her. I stayed here. And they've given us a trailer where we could stay. So we would stay here as long as late in the night, and before we put her to bed, and then we would go travel, come back here in the morning ready for the rehabilitation and all that. But my husband has to go back home every day. But this coming here and being together as a family, even though it's far and with these circumstances itself, has helped us also to heal and rehabilitate, because these circumstances itself is very shocking to us. This was a nightmare of a mom. I'm sure as a family, same thing with the husband, but for me it was something that I never dreamed I would have to go through. But having this place, you know, where I could see our daughter progressing and regaining back what seems to have been stolen, is an encouragement for me, so that every day was a healing day for us. We would watch the sunset by the lake together. We would just put our chairs there and we would look at the sunset. And we would walk around the property. We would push her on the wheelchair and just walk around. My other daughter, she is 3 years younger than her, but she would push her and they would just play like, you know, like little kids in a property, and we feel safe. We feel safe. And so this facility in itself, I believe the way it has been designed um, is a healing place. It's a healing place. It is a rehabilitation place in itself. You know, our thoughts of this facility is just but of gratefulness, first to God, and then to the owner of this place and the staff that have just been so wonderful to us. Even to the cooks that prepare the food, you know, the therapists, everybody has been good to us. We could not think of another place that we would have chosen, even looking back. There was no regret that we have chosen this place. And I know it was a God-given place because we never know where Wauchula is. We have lived in Orlando for at that point about 20-some years. We never heard of Wauchula until it was mentioned to us, and we're like, where is this place? You know, and we have to Google it to find it. But God has led us here, and it was the best place for us. We just wish that this facility would continue, because I believe many who have similar situation like ours, you know, would really benefit in this place. And you know, look at the result. Look at the result. A 20-year-old who at that point we never thought would ever talk and walk and go back to school and you know, regain what we thought will never come back, has been regained because of that very intense therapy, you know, that was given. And so nothing but, you know, good things we could say about this facility.